I think regardless of what you read as a reader, I think when you hear the word budget, you sort of cringe inside like, oh man, like we know about budgets. We don't really talk about budgets though. But today I want to talk about budgets specifically in regards to digital manga. Happy Friday, friends! I am so very excited that you're here. I am so very excited for this video. I have been thinking about it the past probably like 2 weeks now, and this morning I finally took the time to just sort of like get all my thoughts out on paper so I could do this video in a more, I was gonna say professional way, but just more of an organized way. But first, before I even start, I want to do a shout out to Kerr at Kurt and Tommy. I will leave a link to their video or their channel here, as well as Sarah the Gecko. Both of them had specifically asked or mentioned that they would love to see a video about getting, I think it was either digital manga, I think is the one that Kerr talked or mentioned, and then Sarah the Gecko asked about a video of where to find manga like basically on a budget. I was going to do digital and physical, but I decided to go with digital because when I was starting to write, I had like 2 pages of notes, including like things for myself. And I'm also, to be honest, I don't know a lot about where to get a lot of physical manga on a budget. So, I mean, I do know one, and I plan to do a special video featuring what I feel is one of the biggest ways to save the most money when you shop for manga. But I want to do that in a different video. So today is going to be all about digital manga and how to get digital manga on a budget. Because I don't know for every manga reader, but I feel majority of manga readers are physical manga. We don't read a lot of digital manga. I feel like people who do, like I know one friend that 75% of her manga collection is digital. I was about to say physically digital. That doesn't make sense. But is specifically digital. And I feel like she's an exception because we don't, I don't know, it's just more exciting, I guess, to have physical. But a lot of people talk about how they're running out of space. And if you go online and say, like, for example, you go to Amazon, you go shop and look at digital manga, you're going to be like, these prices are outrageous because some of them, I won't say any names, but some of them, for example, will be the same exact price as if you bought, say, a paperback of a Shoujo Beat title. Like, a digital manga should not be $10 as much as a physical paperback is. Like, that sounds outrageous to so many of us, and I think rightfully so. So, like I said, I thought today would be fun, just sort of sharing what I feel are some of the best ways that I personally shop for digital manga that I weave into my budget, or some ways that I have heard of, though majority of everything I've written down are specific ways that I feel I do to help get digital manga on a budget. Because a quick backstory, so years ago, I was actually a reviewer for many different authors. I reviewed for publishers, I reviewed for traditionally published authors and self-published authors, and that was like the way that I got majority or read a majority of the books that I had read for free. And I was so excited because, you know, getting free books is always exciting and always very awesome. So for many, many years, that is what I did. I didn't get paid to do it or anything, but I love doing it because like I said, it's a great way to read new releases without having to pay for them. Unless I love them, then I would get like, say, the ebook or the paperback. But when I started reading manga, I realized you don't have that kind of opportunity like I did, like I was doing for the past few years. And I was totally blindsided, caught off guard by this, how hard it is to read legally read manga, digital manga for free. Like, I was like, there's no easy way to do this, which is really discouraging because manga in itself is pretty expensive. Somebody on Twitter actually did a thread of how much it would cost somebody to collect at retail value different popular series, and let's just say it was a little bit discouraging. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. So for me, when I first was getting into manga, I was checking out my library to see what they had. And then my first course of action was, of course, to find digital manga for free. not a good route to go. And I do want to mention that I am a huge advocate for reading manga legally. So all the ways I'm mentioning today will not include scans. They are all legal ways to support these manga creators, same word, I just realized, but to support these artists because they do so much and we love the work that they create and we should totally support them. So with that said, let's go ahead and dive in. Again, these are just personal things I do. If you have any suggestions or recommendations or just how you save money on digital manga, please do not hesitate to share down below in the comments to help all of us out, because I do feel, especially when you're budgeting, at least I know for me personally, when I'm budgeting my manga, I don't ever include digital manga. Like, I just don't. I only do paperbacks because I know majority of the time that is what I'm going to read. I'm usually not going to pick up my digital manga first. There are exceptions, and that's actually the one that I want to start off with first. Is today, well, when I'm filming this video, is that today, recently I saw that 7 Seas had their new survey out where the reader survey, and you can go fill out this survey. You just sort of tell them which manga releases that month you're excited for, and then you can put in or type in manga that you would love to see licensed. And that also goes for light novels and webcomics as well. And when you fill out this survey from 7 Seas and you get to the end, like I said, you fill it out, they give you a 30% off coupon to bookwalker.com. I have heard of Bookwalker, but it wasn't earlier until this summer that they actually did a running promo on manga. I think it was during the month of June. Every week during the month of June, okay, each week, they had 3 different manga volumes for free. That is so much. That is like so much. I was so mind blown. Each one is a very different genre. Like, they had Rent a Girlfriend, Fairy Tail. The one that I got was the Yakuza's Guide to Babysitting. They had Witch Hat Atelier. They had, oh my goodness, it's like something of sitting next to your idol in class. I mean, so much variety through the month of June. And I discovered today that they have so many different promos going on Bookwalker. They have, I think it's cat manga that's currently on sale. You can get, was it Class of the Elite for 50% off. Now, these are all digital manga and light novels, but it was pretty wild, okay? Because anyway, I mentioned, go fill out that 7 Seas survey, even if you're like, well, I'm not a huge fan of digital manga. And I 100% get that. I mean, I love digital manga, but I know that my past experiences show that I do not make it a priority. But here is the thing. I keep getting recommended this manga. It's called The Savior's Book Cafe Story in Another World. Volume 1, I can't find anywhere. I've had a few friends on Discord who are amazing who have given me some links, which I was super late seeing them. I could have actually snagged the paperback for a really good deal, but I missed them. And so a few friends have been trying to help me to get the physical volume, and it's just, I can't find it. So I go back, fill out that 7 Seas survey, because I filled out that survey. I got that 30% off coupon. I got this first volume digitally for less than $5. Less than $5. It was not my number one way that I wanted to get this, and if I enjoy this volume, I'll eventually get it physically, hopefully, Lord willing, if it comes back in stock. But that is a prime example of how I just saved, like, let's see, because I believe the volume is, we'll just say $12.99, $13 or so. So, I mean, I saved a good chunk right there. I saved I was gonna say $8, but we'll just say with tax, if you bought in store, that you're saving $7 to $8 right there, under $5. I was so very, very excited. And I mean, I don't know how much of 7 Seas catalog, because you can only buy 7 Seas manga when you get that survey. But I mean, if you go and see what are the cheaper manga, because without the discount and everything, it was $7.08. And then I had that coupon applied, and then that's when it dropped. I think it was like $4.58, but I had like 100 coins. And that's the great thing about Bookwalker that I'm definitely going to be start checking out on. So fill the 7 Seas coupon is a one great way to get a coupon. But when you're on Bookwalker, you can, I mean, they have so much diverse manga on there. And then with these sales, and then to top all that off, they have a coins program so that when you buy manga or a light novel on their website, you get coins, and those coins add up so that you can apply them to your order and get a greater discount, which is totally amazing because that's more of an incentive to buy from them. And because when I realized that I had at least a little bit taken off of my total order applying my coins, I was like, okay, the more that I buy from here, the more coins I get, which lead to cheaper manga in the future. So those would be, I guess, my 1 and 2 there. Fill out the 7 Seas survey, go get that coupon. Plus, it's a great way to tell people what you want, or tell 7 Seas, because I totally was like, every month I'm going to be telling them I want them to license physically the Ice Guy and his cool female colleague, which I did a recent review on. The anime trailer came out and it is everything. Perfection. I was so very happy. I love the voice acting. I love it all. But we're not here for the Ice Guy. But you can go. That's a great way to go tell them what you're interested in, what you want to see licensed, and get a coupon as a reward. Like, that is so amazing. And then going into number 2, go check out Bookwalker, because I mean, I was just shocked. I mean, they had at least 4 different promos that were going to get manga, digital manga on sale. And that's just awesome. I mean, that is just awesome. Just awesome. So definitely go check it out. I'll leave a link below. That is a website I'm definitely going to be looking at, because yeah, we'll go because that's about going to another reason, but I don't think that's my next one. Yes, it actually is. So we'll go into number 3. Check out Kodansha's website often. Kodansha has a huge backlog of digital titles, especially if you like shoujo manga. We get a lot of shoujo manga from Kodansha, but typically it's only digital, and that can be very discouraging because they are one of the publishers that has their digital manga priced very, very high. Why they do this, I don't know, but it's very discouraging. But the thing is thankfully Kodansha runs a lot of promos as well. Usually the best way I find, if they are running a deal like they're doing as of filming this video, they're doing one on Fairy Tail where you can get volume 1 for 99 cents, and then you can get certain later volumes that follow that for 50% off. And they do these discounts pretty often, because just this past summer they also did a really awesome deal where like every other week or every week during like June, they were having the first volume of a manga series free. I got your boy coming that way, and I was really excited since I think I got volume 1 for free, and then I snagged like volume 2 and 3 or something like that for 50% off, which was super duper exciting. But yes, throughout the summer they had those volume 1, like certain volume 1s, and it's only one actual volume 1 that were for free, because I think it's My Darling Next Door, which is a josei shoujo manga that I also got. But that was like a great way that I was able to try digital manga for free. They'll do it on all digital platforms, so like Amazon, I'm assuming Bookwalker, Nook, Google Play, iBooks, where it'll be free across the board, like not just on Amazon. Now, I mainly just look on Amazon because that's where I just get all my digital manga, because I'm like, that's what I started with when I was reading novels, so I just have a tendency to go there for my ebooks. But they'll do it across a variety of platforms, and just was an amazing way to snag manga cheaper. And so they do that regularly, maybe not with the free volume 1s, but having these promos where you can get these certain digital manga titles 50% off or more. I know a few weeks ago, or a month or two ago, they had a sports manga sale, and that was so very exciting. I wish I would have snagged Night on the Ice, because or it's either Night of the Ice or Night on the Ice, because I really have been wanting to read that manga really, really, really bad. But follow their website for those deals. And I've noticed, like in the summer, they'll do a big thing where they have volume 1s for free, but they've also done it at Halloween. They've also done it for during Christmas. I don't know if they've done it for Thanksgiving. I know they have done something for Valentine's Day. So regularly throughout the year, they are doing some really great promos. And honestly, if I get Kodansha titles, that's usually the only time I'll pick up Kodansha digital titles, is when they're doing those promos, when they're doing those sales, because I don't want to have to pay the full $10.99 for a volume of a series that I don't know if I'm going to love, and just basically paying the physical price that I would for a Viz Media title. So definitely that is, I feel like, the biggest way to get a good Kodansha digital manga title. That's what I do. That's my process. I try and regularly, at least weekly or every other week, check and see what they have going on. And with that, I'm going to say, talking about another publisher, go subscribe to Tokyo Pop's newsletter, because Tokyo Pop, I don't know how often they put it on their social media, and I don't see their social media like feed pop up in my own feed unless I purposely go to Tokyo Pop. But I am subscribed to their newsletter, and they send out, I think it's monthly, and they will say when they have deals going. This past summer they had some pretty big ones, I believe, going. They had a BL sale that was going on, and then they had a kid Disney themed sale, and then I think they had another one, but I don't remember what it was. But they will tell you, they'll refer you like to Amazon and say, hey, these titles are all on sale. And I mean, a lot of their catalog this past summer was on sale for $1.99 for like a week to 2 weeks. Some of them were even a month long. So Tokyopop, especially if you like the Disney themed manga as well as BL titles, they are a great one to follow, especially via newsletter. Again, I don't know how much they update their social media saying what's on sale and such, but I know that I have caught a few manga that way through their newsletter. Trying to think who else has. I know Viz Media has a newsletter, Yen Press has one, and Seven Seas also has one, but I have not seen, I feel like outside of Tokyopop, they're the only ones that actually mention when their digital manga titles are on sale. Kodansha used to have a newsletter and would update and say when theirs are, but I have not seen a newsletter from Kodansha in many, many months. So again, Kodansha, check their website often, and Tokyopop, go subscribe to their newsletter. All right, let's change gears here. And if you are a Crunchyroll member or have a Crunchyroll account, I forget that it's like a Prime member. I don't think they call it Prime. I think it's just Amazon Prime. But if you are a member of Crunchyroll, you have a subscription, go use their manga library. They do not have a lot of manga on their manga library that you can access, but they do have it. And I will be honest and say it is something I personally always forget that they have because I don't go on there enough except for to watch anime. But just this morning, I was going through their titles and I saw that they had like A Sign of Affection that's still ongoing on there. They also had the manga Orange, which I did a video review of. Very, very good. But might break your heart, but it's totally worth it. Excellent series. And the one that I'm most interested in that I just saw, it must just have started because there's only 3 chapters, and it's called May I Ask One Final Thing. And it looks like this is an ongoing series, and this is a villainous isekai. I'm totally here for it. The cover looks really cool, and I'm like, Laura, you need to go make that a priority. I know some other titles that they had was like Space Brothers. They used to have The Legend of Arslan because my friend would read the newest chapters on there. I didn't see it on there when I was going through their manga library. And see, this is a thing. This is why it's a good thing to check on there, especially if you're a member, because they had, oh my goodness, it's by the same manga creator that did Alice in Kyoto Forest. But she has one where it's like a Sherlock Holmes kind of spinoff, and the only place I've ever been able to find that manga is on Crunchyroll, but it is no longer there. And I'm just like, Laura, you should have not waited. You should have not procrastinated, because now I don't know where it's at where I can legally read that series. So it's a good thing, even if you're like, well, you know, I put on there, I'm like, these are not a lot of the titles I would personally read. But I found a new manga that I would love to read, and I'm getting that as part of my membership. So why not go and use that and at least try and see what's on there? With this, talking about making the most and using the most of your subscription or your membership, if you are a member of Amazon Prime, as a Prime member, you can access certain free manga series for free through Prime Reading. This is how I read the whole entire series of Mars, which is basically an out-of-print manga at this point, but you can go on Prime and read that whole series for free. I think you can borrow up to like 10 titles at one time, and there's not a lot on there, I don't think, but again, it's all free. There's a series on there called Tramps Like Us. I was a little bit hesitant because of the title, but I was looking at Goodreads review, and everybody says it's an amazing series, and the whole series is on there for free for me to read as an Amazon Prime member. So if you are an Amazon Prime member, go see what series are on there that you would be interested reading. That is another thing that I would say, make the most of your Amazon Prime membership and go check out what is on Amazon Prime Reading that you can check out and read for free, because I would have probably never read Mars otherwise, and I will forever be thankful for Prime Reading and that I had that opportunity to do that, because that just felt like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. I don't know how long it's going to be on there for any of these series or how long they have been on there, but just know that there are series that you can read for free. With this, I almost forgot to mention, so there is the Amazon Prime that you get as an Amazon Prime member, but there's also Kindle Unlimited. You can get a Kindle Unlimited subscription and also be able to read manga. Now, I will say, I don't know how much manga is available on Kindle Unlimited, and I forget how much Kindle Unlimited is. I think it's like when me and my grandma looked because she was interested in getting it. I think it's like $10 a month. So I don't know, like she decided not to get it because she's like, I don't read books that fast. She typically reads, I think, like one book a month is what she said. But I did look up to see what manga is on Kindle Unlimited, and there was actually a lot more than I expected, and I think there is a way to view all of it. I'll leave a link down below. I think that has all of the manga that's available on KU, but some of the series that I did see was Witch Hat Atelier, I think that's how you say that. Was it Defying Kurosaki-kun, Volume 1 of Vinland Saga, A Side Character's Love Story, Fairy Tale, Land of the Lustrous, That Wolf Boy's Mine, Flying Witch, and Granny Girl Hinata-chan. So again, I'll leave that link down below in case if you're interested and you're like, well, I read a lot of manga, that could be something to also think about, because if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can borrow those for free and then return them. For this next one, I'm not really sure how to talk about it because I don't really know how you can follow this, but the website is called humblebundle.com. I'll leave the link down below. And I've seen a few manga publishers, especially Kodansha, recently Tokyopop as well, that they will go on this website. They will make a manga bundle under a theme. Like they did, I think like the recent one was like back to school. They also did like award-winning manga, and they'll have, let's say, 10 different tiers, okay? And you can buy a certain amount of manga for a certain amount. Like for $1, like on one of them, it was like set for $1, you got 7 volumes of manga. And the higher you go in the tier, like you can do, I think it's usually 1, 5, 10, 20, 50, all the way up to sometimes 100 or higher. And you can get these, like a bunch of manga this way and save hundreds of dollars. I have only done the sports Humble Bundle, which was like a year ago, and it was how, let's see, first 3 volumes of, is it Don't Toy With Me, Miss Nagato? I think it's the name of that, but I got the first 3 volumes of that one. I got the first 5 or first 6 volumes of Sayonara Football, Farewell My Dear Kramer. There was another one that I got. There were a few more that I got, but those are the, I can distinctly remember that I got those. And I only paid like $10 to $15 for all of that. The great thing is, since it has a tier system, let's say that there's manga in the $20 tier that you really, really want. You can get that, and not only will you get all of the manga that's in that tier, but you get all of the manga below those tiers. I really wish I had an example to show how epic taking advantage of those Humble bundles, because I mean, it's just mind-blowing the deals that you can get. But unfortunately, Humble Bundle, like once the bundle deal ends, you can't go and look at it. But I did find a page on Reddit that did talk about the award-winning manga Humble Bundle that was going on, and it broke it down, and I will either leave the picture here or the link down below so you can check it out to see how much manga you are getting. Because remember, if you do the $20 tier, you get all the manga on that, which is, I mean, the higher you go, a lot more volumes that you get, then you get that plus what's in tier 2 and what's in tier 1. So I mean, you can easily get, like, we'll just say 30 to 50 volumes of manga for like $20 to $30. It is incredible. So again, I don't know how you can follow it. I don't go on Humble Bundle's website because the only times I go on there is just if there's a manga bundle. So that is just something to keep in mind. Again, I've only seen Kodansha is the one that does maybe a few, like, we'll say 2 or 3 bundles throughout the year, and they just did one last month or the month before. Tokyopop also did one. And the great thing about Humble Bundle as well, if you're definitely a consumer that's like, I want to buy this, but I also want to support a charity or just an organization, Humble Bundle, that's exactly what happens. You get your manga, like for the last one, what was it? I think it was like, it was going to children and helping, we'll just say like an organization like Girls That Code. And the money that's raised from that bundle goes into that organization to go help girls who want to code and such, just for an example. And it's totally cool. I love how the money is going just even further and helping other people. So if you like doing that, definitely check out humblebundle.com. For my next one, there is a newer website, at least for me personally, that I've discovered, and that is, I think it's Komaki. That is the website that I actually read The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Colleague, and oh my goodness, I am so thankful for their website. I have not fully explored all of it because I'm really nervous that I'm going to want to read and buy a bunch of digital manga on there, but they're different than a, say, digital manga subscription service, because unlike other websites where you would pay monthly to use their platform and to read on there, you buy keys on their website. And it feels really great based off of what I have bought and spent and read for The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Colleague. Again, that's the only one I've read, but here was my personal experience. So for the first 5 chapters, you can read for free on their website. You don't need an account or anything like that. But if you want to keep reading further, which you probably will because it's such a sweet and wholesome manga, absolutely adore it. But the next chapters, I think, are like either they cost 1 key or 2 keys, and since I was really excited and knew I would want to read the entire, like all the chapters available, I went ahead and bought $9 worth of 100 keys because I was like, well, that should be more than enough. But here was the thing. So like I said, I bought 100 keys. There were 15.5 chapters that were available. The first 5 were free, so I read 10.5 keys worth of chapters. I still have, out of the 100 keys that I bought, 72 keys. I don't know what the math is for that, but that felt like a really good deal to me because I'm like, I still have a lot of keys left over. All of the chapters later on are 2 keys that I need to read, but the latest chapter, and that is worth 6 keys. So I feel like with how much I spent, spent $9 and then I only have 72 keys left, I'm like, that's a really good deal. So I was really excited, and I'm really thinking about looking at more titles that they have on their website because they have, it seems like quite a bit of manga, but it does feel like they have quite a bit of manhwa as well. So I feel like that's another good one, like I said, to read if you're on a strict budget, because I feel like your keys can go pretty far and you're reading a lot of material, so it doesn't feel like you're spending $10 for, say, like a volume, which I think is what I felt when I got that many keys. And if I would have realized that my keys would have been further, I probably would have gone with like $5 or just gotten a few and just went that way. But I probably saved more by getting the 100 keys compared to something smaller. But again, I'm excited to check out their website. I've only checked out The Ice Guy and His Cool Female Colleague because, again, I was just afraid like I would be like, I must read everything. I'll just stop there, but definitely check out their website. I'll leave a link down below. Now let's go sort of into the manga subscription services. My husband and I only have one, and I highly recommend it, and that is the Shonen Jump app. You've probably, if you've been in the manga community for a while, you hear people talk about it because it is a great way to save money. For $2 a month, $2, you have access to hundreds of volumes for free on that Shonen Jump app. And with that, I should say, you can read the latest chapters from Japan as they release. Like my husband right now is reading One Piece, One Punch Man, and Kaiju number 8 as they release. And it's so awesome because that is how he has been reading manga like weekly and really, really enjoys it. I originally read Blue Box on the Shonen Jump app, and why I'm officially obsessed with the manga and just so excited for the physical volume to come out. I mean, they have all of Haikyuu, I know for certain, on there, and the bonus chapter of Haikyuu, which you should read if you're a Haikyuu fan. It's so great. Go read it. It's amazing. It's so good. But all of Haikyuu is on there. All of Kenshin is on there. All of Kuroko's Basketball is on there. Trying to think of some other series. One Punch Man, One Piece. Spy Family is also on there. I'm part of a Spy Family Facebook group, and they'll share about like the latest chapters and everybody's thoughts. And even though I'm like way behind, I'm on volume 5, it's still really exciting to see people so excited for Spy Family and reading the latest chapters. So if you're into shonen manga and you just love it and you're okay just reading shonen manga, even if you like other demographics or other genres, go. I mean, it is literally the best $2 like my husband and I have ever invested in every month. I mean, it's just, we use it all the time. It has just been so helpful with our manga collecting journey, I guess, because we're saving a lot of money, and it's just great, especially if you prefer to read things weekly. I mean, it's just awesome. Like, I don't know what else to say except for if you love shonen manga, I mean, it really is a great investment and just a huge way to save a lot of money. Now, let's say on the flip side that you're like, okay, well, I like shonen manga, but I don't want to read only shonen manga. I do understand that because I love my shoujo and josei as well. There is a manga subscription, digital manga subscription service that I've been very interested in, and that is Azuki Cafe. I have not gotten a membership with them, but man, I am there. I'm there, friends. I am so there. For $5 a month, you can read a huge backlog of titles. They have quite a bit of shoujo and josei titles. So this is another one if you're looking to read manga weekly. And they do other titles that Shonen Jump's not doing weekly and that Crunchyroll's not doing weekly that you can read on their website. Or yeah, on their website, they also have an app. I think the only reason in the past, based off my notes that I wrote, the only reason I did not get it before is because at that time, I don't know if it's different now, they did not have all of the shoujo manga there. A great example of this, which I did see that I think is not fully there, is My Boyfriend Orange. You can, let's say, read the first, I don't even know, we'll say there's 10 volumes in that series because I think there is. You could read half of the series or like 6 to 7 volumes on Azuki Cafe, and then you just have to buy those last 3 to 4 volumes. That's still a really good deal. You're still saving a lot of money that way, but I wanted all of it. Maybe that is very greedy to say, but I do feel like Azuki Cafe is very much growing. They're always expanding and they have just so many different offerings now. I know last year, and this is why I'm actually thinking about trying to get it. Last year, during the Black Friday sale, they had like 50% off of their subscription, and I wish I would have gotten on it because a friend of mine did, and he said it's amazing. He's been reading so much digital manga through there and has really enjoyed it. It's very easy to use, very simple to use, and just has a great offering. So if you're looking for shoujo manga and shonen, as well as other like seinen and josei, Azuki Cafe definitely has your back, and it's very reasonably priced. $5 a month is awesome. For my last one that I would recommend or I would suggest is one I'm actually not familiar with very much, and that's Comixology. So my friend uses Comixology like a lot. I think it's like $6 a month, and there are certain titles that you can read for free on there, but you also, I believe, get manga at a discounted price, and she said that it is more than paid for itself. That's how she reads a large part of her digital manga series that she follows and collects. But I'm not familiar enough with it because I don't feel, for me personally, that I read enough digital manga to justify all that's on there. I would need it to be, I guess, purely available. And maybe, forgive me if you're a Comixology reader and you're like, Laura, you totally don't know what you're talking about. Please correct me down below. I feel like I threw so much at everybody. So let's do, I guess, a very quick recap, because those are all of the ways that I personally feel or have used to like get digital manga on a budget. So the first was fill out the 7 C's monthly survey, get that 30% off coupon, and then go shop at Bookwalker. Even if you don't fill out that survey, go check out Bookwalker because it seems like they're consistently and constantly having different promos, different sales. Check out Kodansha's website often to see when they are personally doing promos to get the most of their digital manga. Subscribe to Tokyopop's newsletter so that if you are a fan of their series or their titles and want to stay up to date on them, especially when they're on sale, that's a great way to find out about those manga that are on sale on Amazon. Also, with that, if you're a Crunchyroll member, go check out their digital manga, see if there's anything that you're interested in. Make the most of that library access because it's free when you use it with your membership. Also, if you're an Amazon Prime member, go check out their Prime readings. See if there's series on there that you would like to try. Even if there's not, maybe just try it anyway because it's free and it doesn't go against you. It doesn't hurt you, so to speak. Also, with Amazon, go check and see if maybe Kindle Unlimited is a good fit for you. If you're reading a lot of manga a month and you're reading a lot of novels, this is something that you could definitely check out. I will leave that link down below of what I've seen, that all the manga that are on Kindle Unlimited. See if that is a good way for you to go. I'm not sure how you can follow this. I'm not sure if humblebundle.com has a newsletter, but check out their website as well. Maybe just check it randomly at times or subscribe to their newsletter to see when they do those manga bundles. That also goes with going to follow the big publishers, especially like Kodansha on social media, because they will definitely hype it and promote that bundle because they did a lot here recently. When it sort of comes to websites that offer digital manga that you can read on, Komaki or Kamaki, however you say it, go check out them. If you don't want to commit to a monthly subscription price or service, you can go buy keys whenever you feel ready. They have a variety of manga and manhwa. If you want a manga subscription service, Shonen Jump is a must if you are a shonen reader and want to stay up to date even more than the paperbacks, as well as Azuki Cafe if you're looking for more shoujo and other diversity outside of shonen manga. Azuki Cafe is a great way to go. That one's only $5. Shonen Jump is $1.99. And then lastly, Comixology if you're looking to go purely digital and want to save a lot more money than just what maybe these services can offer. Go check out Comixology. And that, my friends, wraps up the different ways that I feel is a great way to buy or read digital manga on a budget that is legal as well. That was the biggest thing. I hope that these are helpful to you, friends. Again, if you know of any other ways that you want to share, recommend, or just suggestions, don't be afraid to leave them in the comments. Help us all out. I would love to hear from you, friends. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. Bye!